Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha Madhav, Jaya Radha. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai, 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 Jai. Hari 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 Bol. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahansa Prajakacharya Astuttar Shata Shishimad. His Divine Grace Bhai Charavina Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Founder Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ji Ki Jai. Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nastaparesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nastiki Shringvatang Swakata Krishna Punya Sharva Kirtanaha Hridantastohya Bhadani Vidunod Suritsatam Krishna Swadhamopagate Dharma Gyanadvisaha Kalona Sadishamisha Puranar Kulinolitaha Maha Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, Verse 80. The title of the chapter is Attack by Chandavega on the city of King Puranjana, the character of Kalakayanya. Let's go repeat together, word by word. Saha Hi Panchalapati, the king of Panchala. Putram. Sounds. It's better. We chant the verse first. Sorry. Sa Panchalapati Putram. Sa Panchalapati Putram. Sa Panchalapati Putram. Pitrivangsha Vivardhanam Pitrivangsha Vivardhanam Pitrivangsha Vivardhanam Dharai Samyojayam Asa Dharai Samyojayam Asa Dharai Samyojayam Asa Dohitri Sadrishair Varahi Dohitri Sadrishair Varahi Dohitri Sadrishair Varahi Sapanchalapati Putram Pitrivangsha Vivardhanam Dharai Samyojayam Masa Dohitri Sadrishai Varai devotees. Go Devadharma.
Sa pancha pati putram.
Sa panchalapati putram.
Vita vangsa vivardhanam.
Virtri vangsha vivardhanam.
Arya samyayam yasa.
Narai samyodayamasa.
Duhitra sadarsan vaya.
Duhitri sadrishai varahi. Sa panchalapati putram. Vitri sadarashai varahi. Sapanchalapati putram. Pitri vansha vivardhanam. Dharai samyojayamasa. Duhidhar sadrishai varahi. Sapanchalapati putram. Pitri vansha vivardhanan. Dharai samyojayamasa. Duhitri sadarshai varahi. Now, word by word, Saha, he, Panchalapati, the king of Panchala, Putram, sons, Pitrivansha, paternal family, Vivardhanam, increasing, Dharehi, with wives, Samyojayamasa, married, Duhitrihi, daughters, Sadrishahi, qualified, Varaihi, with husbands. Okay, the translation from Sanskrit to English by Prabhupada. After this, King Puranjana, king of the Panchala country, if I'm not wrong, the kingdom of Drupada was Panchala also, because the Draupadi called it like Panchali. Yes, huh? Yeah. Because the kingdom, 5 husbands, yes, also. In order to increase the descendants of his paternal family, married his sons with qualified wives and married his daughters with qualified husbands. Okay, let's go repeat together. After this, King Puranjana, king of the Panchala country, in order to increase the descendants of his paternal family, married his sons with qualified wives, and married his daughters with qualified husbands. Okay, in Vedic culture is the duty of the father make arrangements for marriage of his daughter. Okay, purport by His Divine Grace Vaicharana Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada aqui. According to the Vedic system, everyone should marry. one has to accept a wife because a wife will produce children. And the children, in their turn, will offer foodstuffs and funeral ceremonies so that the forefathers, wherever they may live, will be made happy. The offering of oblations in the name of Lord Vishnu is called Pindodaka, and it is necessary that the descendants of a family offer Pinda to the forefathers. Okay, one of the main duties in the Vedic cultures of Grihastha for the father is making different kinds of yagyas, and especially the father have a desire to get a son, a man kid, and after that of the father, the kid, the son will do this ceremony, the ceremony of Pinda, where offer food to Vishnu for save the ancestors, yes, the previous members of family. And because this, the name of son in Sanskrit is Putra. Put is a Putra. Put is a kind of hell, and Tra that give liberation, like a mantra, that mana, Tra, liberation, that liberty, that give freedom to the mind. Because this Putra is a son that will liberate, yes, save the father of the hell, Putra. Not only was Puranjana, the king of Panchala, satisfied in his own sex life, but he arranged for the sex life of his 1,100 sons and $110. In this way, one can elevate an aristocratic family to the platform of a dynasty. Yes, this is one of main translation of material energy, because material energy increasing, expanding our attached on this place. It is significant in this verse that Puranjana got both sons and daughters married. It is the duty of a father and mother to arrange for the marriage of their sons and daughters. That is the obligation in Vedic society. Sons and daughters should not be allowed freedom to intermingle with the opposite sex unless they are married. This Vedic social organization is very good in that it stops the promulgation of illicit sex life, or Varna Sankara. Remember of the chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, one of our arguments of Arjuna for not fighting is that fight, the consequence of that terrible war will bring Varna Sankara, the no good sons, no good progeny, which appears under different names in this present day. Probably is story of the hips, about the hips. Unfortunately, in this age, although the father and mother are anxious to get their children married, the children refuse to get married by the arrangement of the parents. Consequently, the number of Varna Sankara has increased throughout the world under different names. Basically, this the population of nowadays is Varna Sankara. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitanjana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobistan Stapitan Yena Bhutale Swayang Rupa Kadamahyang Dadat Svapadantikam. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Paristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirveshesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhischa Kripasindubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Jai Dvaita Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Tat Sat Sapanchalapati Putram Pitrivangsha Vivardhanan Dharai Samyojaya Masa Duhitri Sadrishai Varahi. After this, King Puranjana, king of the Panchala country, in order to increase the descendants of his paternal family, married his sons with qualified wives and married his daughters with qualified husbands. Okay, Hare Krishna. Good morning to everyone. Thanks for coming to Srimad Bhagavatam class. This is very important for our spiritual advancement. Thanks for Devadharma to very beautiful chanting Jai Radha Madhava. Okay, here we continue the allegory of King Puranjana, where Narada Muni instructing the Prachinabharishat, the father of the Prachetas. This is the third chapter in sequence. Yeah, this lila begins 25, 26, 27. We have more one chapter. Yes, 4 chapters only for King Puranjana allegory, where Narada Muni explains about the dangers of material entanglement, especially in this verse, in this chapter. Sorry, explain about the dangers of the sexual life. Okay, I will start with an anecdote. I think that you know this anecdote. We have that red book of Satsvarupa Maharaj, the Prabhupada Nectar. Satsvarupa Maharaj tells in his book, I will tell the history by memory. Yes, I try found the book on internet, but don't have. Satsvarupa Maharaj tells in his book, The Nectar of Prabhupada, that Prabhupada, along with some disciples and sannyasis, went to visit the house of a prominent grihastha. Yeah, this is very normal. Prabhupada with his disciples go in different houses, family house, especially the life members, to preach and take prasadam, yes, to give the mercy to devotees and enthusiasts in incentive spiritual life. The elder couple, the men of house, with all reverence, began to introduce their family members. These here are my children. These are my grandchildren. These are my nephews. Yes, etc. After a while, when the family members leave the room, Prabhupada turns to disciples and sannyasi very quietly and says, and this is my sex life. This remember a lot the position of Puranjana, King Puranjana. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur give a summary about these chapters, the Puranjana chapters. I will quote Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his translation commentary of Srimad Bhagavatam. Starting from the 25th chapter, for 5 chapters, Narada awakens King Bahirshat who is absorbed in karma yoga, using the story of King Puranjana. In the 25th chapter, King Puranjana meets his wife in his city with 9 gates and enjoy with her. Vishwanath Chakravarti is more precise in the concepts when he's playing about karma yoga, because for us karma yoga, especially in the 50th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, karma yoga means action, realize action to Krishna, to Krishna's pleasure. But karma yoga means you only in the family life and you renounce the fruit of the activities. Yes, this is very Vedic concept he used here, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. In the 26th chapter, the jiva gives up proper intelligence by the influence of tamas and then regains it. Though the jiva has discrimination and a sense of dharma by fate at some time of other, by the arousal of tamas, he loses his discrimination and becomes attached to forbidden objects. The 27th chapter describes how Puranjana, endowed with proper intelligence, performed pious acts. But because afflicted by old age and disease, which is described through another story. Yeah? When a person gives a lot focus to family life and don't give nothing attention to self-realization, this is very dangerous, because the time fly, yes, time running, and after he are old and the body disease and many problems. He wasted your life if only the goal was the marriage life. Chapter 27 begins with Chapter 27 begins with Puranjana's wife in an apparently totally desolate and helpless position. She puts her husband under control and enjoys sex life with him. What might be medicine for one might be poison for another. Sometimes what is remedy, medicine for one, the same thing is poison for another. Prabhupada gives a summary in the first verse of this chapter about the content of this chapter. Prabhupada talks about a balanced family life, because for jnana, for yoga, family life not is favorable. But Bhakti Yoga is so powerful that included family life is good for Bhakti Yoga, advancing in Bhakti Yoga. In the concept of Yukta Vairagya, yes, everything that you use to Krishna, including family life, we can advance it in Bhakti Yoga. Okay, this quote of Prabhupada. By coming home, taking his bath, eating nice foodstuffs, getting refreshed, and searching out his wife, King Puranjana came to his good consciousness in his family life. In other words, a systematic family life as enjoined in the Vedas is better than an irresponsible, sinful life. Yes, that life the persons use nowadays only in parties, wild parties, like the Devamrita Swami says, and don't have a compromise with religion and self-realization. Yes, if a husband and wife combine together in Krishna consciousness and live together peacefully, that is very nice. Yes, this is a positive aspect of the family life. However, if a husband becomes too much attracted by his wife and forgets his duty in life. If both, yes, husband and wife forget the self-realization and but focus only in advanced material life, increase the bank account, and focus only in their body, forget his duty in life, the implications of materialistic life will again resume. Srila Rupa Goswami has therefore recommended Anasaktasya Vishayanam, Bhakti-rasamrita Sindhu, Wave 1, Chapter 2, Verse 255. Without being attached by sex, the husband and wife may live together for the advancement of spiritual life. The husband should engage in devotional service, and the wife should be faithful and religious according to the Vedic injunctions. Such a combination is very good. However, if the husband becomes too much attracted to the wife due to sex, the position becomes very dangerous. Because this is a body relationship, not is more a soul relationship. Soul relationship have Krishna on center. Body relationship have our body in center. Women in general are very much sexually inclined. Indeed, it is said that a woman's sex desire is not. Oh no, this is from Kapila Deva. This is very controversial. Women's sex desire is 9 times stronger than a man's. It is therefore a man's duty to keep a woman under his control by satisfying her, giving her ornaments, nice food and clothes, and engaging her in religious activities. Of course, a woman should have a few children and in this way not be disturbing to the man. Unfortunately, if the man becomes attracted to the woman simply for sex enjoyment, then family life becomes abominable. The point is, the family life is very good if the goal is advancing Krishna consciousness, but if the consciousness of the couple become materialistic and only regarding the reaction of the body and the advancement, the improve the material things, this is materialistic life. The point is, everything can be used to Krishna, and we can do advancing in this way. Prabhupada comment on purport. Not only was Puranjana, the king of Panchala, satisfied in his own sex life, but he arranged for the sex life of his 1,100 sons and 110 daughters. In this way, one can elevate an aristocrat family to the platform of a dynasty. It is significant in the verse that Puranjana got both sons and daughters married. So this is a very interesting point, because we see a movement, how the material energy function. Like when person is sober, but what happens if the sober person drink like 300 ml, a big cup of vodka? What happens? He stay drunken. Okay, if you drink the alcohol, you stay drunken. It's possible you drink it a big dose, a big quantity of alcohol and not stay drunken? No. Same thing, if we touch in material things, we want material development, these things happens, increasing in our heart. And especially the things begin spending. This is the material energy. The things expanding, yes? As Lord Rishabhadeva explain, quote from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 5, verses 7 and 8. Even though one may be very learned and wise, he is mad if he does not understand that the endeavor for sense gratification is a useless waste of time. Like the mentality of these politicians, peoples, they are very, very envious and have automatic agree. They are they like too much of money. Same this, if we abandon the spiritual path and involve with these things, it's like a madness. Yes, this cover our intelligence, and we stay like these persons, because it's an energy that cover the spiritual soul, the jiva, and this is universal. Yes, everyone, each one of us is susceptible if we touch this energy, these questions. Being forgetful of his own interest, he tries to be happy in the material world, centering his interest around his home, which is based on sexual intercourse, and which brings him all kinds of material miseries. In this way, one is no better than a foolish animal. The attraction between male and female is the basic principle of material existence. Yes, the symbol, the sign of Rajaguna is the attraction by women and men. Prabhupada says this in 14th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the chapter of three gunas, which on the basis of this misconception, which ties together the hearts of the male and female, yes, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. In this way, one increases life's illusion and thinks in terms of I and my. I am my spiritual soul. What is my property? My property is the devotional service, the seva to Lord Gauranga, to Lord Chaitanya, Jivya Swarupa Maha Krishna Nitya Dasa. However, and other conceptions of I and my, this is illusion. And it's very interesting. On the basis of this misconception, illusion, which ties together the hearts of the male and female. And after this, after men and women are very fall in love, after this, the second step is spending the griha, spending the home. Yes, one becomes attracted to his body, home, property, children, relatives, and wealth. Yes, this is the life and material nature. The things, the entanglements are spending. And the characteristic of the Maya, the consciousness in illusion, is that the materialistic people like of this. Yes, I want more money, more properties, more cars. I will work very hard for this, to conquer this. Yes, my car, my cows, my dog, my refrigerator, my home. I like this. Here, a natural movement within material nature is analyzed. A moment of growth and expansion, while the individual lives alone, focused on self-realization, that survives with few possessions. So the word monk is quite accurate in this sense. Yes, we have two kinds. This is a very basically analysis, we have two kinds of monks in ISKCON, followers of Lord Chaitanya. When the monk is very young, he's a student, he's a brahmachari, but when the monk is very experienced, yes, very wise, he's a sannyasi. But both are monk, because monk, as it is etymology makes clear, originally meant a man who has withdrawn from the world for religious reasons. In Greek, monachos, hermit, a derivative of the adjective monos in Latin, means alone. Monk means alone. As in monarch, sole ruler, the one who lives alone. Yes, when one live in this condition, men or even women, they don't need of many griha. Don't need of griha. Yes, many less possessions, and he are happy. Because the focus is spirituality. I want to go out. I want to give up. I want to not more stay here. I want to abandon this material world. How I can come back to home? How I can go out of here if I have many possessions of here? If my mind, if my intelligence is here? Yes, because this is the monk life. Yes, don't have possessions because he see the another life in the spiritual world. Yes, he is in a travel to spiritual world, because this many things is excess of baggage. Yes, too much baggage. Why? Simple life means monkey life. If one who lives only should have a simple life without possessions, when a person becomes two, yes, when are two, not more one, not more monkey, becomes two in Grihastha life, automatically his possessions start spending, like yeast in a cake. Yeah, you put yeast in cake. This is material life. But two together and like yeast in a cake, depending on his, but it is depending of his religious activities and his karma, because maybe one brahmana or a devotee can complain, oh, I'm married, but my material life is not spending, yes, not yeast like a cake. This is a merciful of Lord Krishna. If the couple, the marrieds, can live peacefully together in Krishna consciousness, satisfied with this, and don't have too much griha, too much things for worry, this is a merciful of Krishna. Yes, the people have a car. Oh, I have a Porsche, I have a Audi, I have a Mercedes Benz, and you need to pay the insurance, and especially the illusion and people is so big that they stay connected with car in mind. Yes, and the weekend they wasted many time washing the car, changing the oil, many things. What is wrong with this? Of course, when a devotee, when see a Porsche, a Lamborghini, see that mechanical structure, the potency, he remember of Krishna, they come of Krishna, okay? When devotees see this car, devotee, I wanted this car. No, he remember Krishna because the technology, the mechanic is so wonderful. This came for Krishna, the intelligence for do this. But if you have a car, you spend a lot of money. Jai Jagannatha Baladev Subhadra Mahani Shigorantai Kijay. You need to wash car like a children. Yeah, you need to keep this car, but all this time that you spend with the car, devotee spend in appreciate in advanced spiritual. Understand? Devotee don't like of waste time in this material world. Devotee is very eager to advance in spiritual and go out very quickly to spiritual world. Yes, devotee don't waste time in this material world. Yes, devotee admirate with a beautiful car, but he knows the very implications, the very troubles that have this possession. Just like a Dronacharya, this is very interesting. Just like a Dronacharya who at the request of his wife, yeah, like we have a lila of Jagannath Puri. Generally, sometimes the Prabhu, the man is more, not lazy, is more accommodating, but the women, hey, go out, go work, bring money for the house. Then saying this, Drona and Kripi have a son, the Ashwatthama. And Ashwatthama never was drinking milk. And Kripi says to Drona, go to your friend, ask a cow to him. He promised to you this in the past. Yes, this expansion of money, of griha, generally happens by the women. Yes, the women give enthusiastic and sometimes a bit to men go and get griha, conquer money and all these things for the house, for the home. Like Drona goes to his childhood friend Drupada to ask for a cow in charity and ends up conquering half of the kingdom of Panchala. Or like great, this is very interesting because this is very near of us. Or like great dictators like Hitler, Caesar, Napoleon, Alexander the Great. I don't know if it's because in Portuguese Alexandre o Grande. Oh, great Alexander, who at first get involved in a small war, like this, a small war, but end up having the fever, yes, mad fever to conquer the whole world. Yes, Napoleon, Hitler, all these dictators want the whole world. This is very interesting, yes, because this is a movement in material world. If you get the material, the matter, you stay crazy, and the more increasing, more higher platform of crazy is this detector. I want the world is mine. I want the world. This is a dispension of the false ego. And like the matter demanded spending. In this way, when we get involved with the material world, all those ephemeral needs of the soul become great emergencies due to the characteristic of expansiveness and the demand for trying to dominate the world. Our position is servant. We are like a maid, yes, a simple servant. But when we touch in material energy, we become an owner, a chief, a boss. Now I'm a boss. This is the influence of material world. Prabhupada also comment in purport. It is significant in this verse that Puranjana got both sons and daughters married. It is the duty of a father and mother to arrange for the marriage of their sons and daughters. Okay, I asked you, marriage arranged is good or bad?
It's good.
You come on there. But the Western peoples see the arranged marriage like fanatism, but the arranged marriage have like in the whole Vedas have a deep science behind this, and we can learn in the pastime of Devahuti and Kardama Muni. I will read a little for you and I conclude the lecture, okay? In today's Kali Yuga societies, more and more children become rebellious and independent. A word of this time is independence. Everybody wants to be independent. More and more social subjects want to be free and do things their own way and without guidance and spiritual basis. They increasingly reject such a marriage arranged by parents according to the Vedic culture. The pastime of Kardama Muni and Devahuti provides the guiding principles for a marriage with spiritual life, and while in contemporary culture, young girls are free to have their experiences as many times as they like in Vedic, as many times as they like. In Vedic culture, parents choose their husband according to the counterpart family. Yes, in the advanced Kali Yuga culture, the teenager can go street, can go to the club or bar, I don't know, and she have any experiences once she like. What is the consequence of this? Not is a puritanism or a moral only. The problem is the effects that this causes in sanskara, in the memory, in the consciousness of the spiritual soul and the jiva. This a lot sexual relationships that the people have. Okay, come back to the Indian marriage or arranged marriage. Do the parents want to impose or harm the daughter in some way? No, nobody knows and wants the greatest good for the children than the parents. Of course, yes, the parents want the best of for the daughter. And who know more the daughter than the parents? Thus, knowing the other family and the sweeter boy in question, by common agreement, the parents draw up the synastry map, the astrological map, the compatibility of the couple with a competent astrologer. If there is compatibility and with the daughter's consent, this is very important. So in the pastime of Lord Shiva, with his first wife, the fire,
Sati.
Sati, the goat head,
Dasa,
Daksha asked to Sati if he wanted Lord Shiva, and the Prajapati, the first Prajapati, the Swayambhuva Manu, asked to Devahuti if she wanted married with with Kardama Muni. Not is forced, not is imposition. Ask to the girl, to the lady. We see this example in Srimad Bhagavatam. With the daughter's consent, the two teenagers are aware of their suitor but never meet. The daughter goes to her mother-in-law's house to learn how to make the preparations that the future husband likes, how servant your future husband, how serve his future husband likes must and the boy prepares himself for the responsibilities of maintaining the family and the future through studies and training, etc. When the couple approaches adulthood, then the wedding takes place and both begin to live together. Especially for the girl who has never met another man and has always kept that particular boy from the arrangement in her memory as her future husband. When they meet, even if not right away, there can be a great union and love due to their memories not having been polluted with dozens of other relationships, sexual relationships. Just at the first kiss and the first sexual intercourse are so remarkable for a woman. Yes, this is in the major of the women's psychology. The first kiss and the first sexual intercourse, this is very deep. It's very profound, and this make marks in the memory, in the consciousness. This called the sanskaras. Generally, the women ever remembers, yes, the first intercourse, sexual intercourse, and she remember with very kindness. And generally, in the first intercourse sexual, what happens? The women give your heart to the man. She fall in love with this man. Now, a teenager that go to the street, to clubs, bar, and have one boy, another boy, another boy, another boy. How stay the consciousness of this girl? This girl will have a facility to be truthful, just truthful to this future man, future husband. This is a good culture. Okay, just as the first kiss and the first sexual intercourse are so remarkable for women, this creates sanskar, or extremely deep impressions in the memory, and thus the woman manages to surrender and be faithful to a single man, much more than that teenager who had many other romances and sexual relationships in your life. I don't want to make apologies to arranged marriage, especially for the nowadays, but the Vedic model of marriages is based on a whole psychological science of how a couple can live together for a lifetime and advanced, if not spiritually, at least religiously. Okay, I finish here. If you have a comment or question or criticize.
I asking you why our India has some culture. They now young generation a little bit different than before. They have arranged marriage. Arranged marriage, why important so much? But the people, the young generation, they thinking we are both together, understand and got married. But before, our village, in many villages, they make arrange to come another side, ladies side. They come, because I know my sister, they all I give arranged marriage. So they are really happy. But when I see the ladies, the gents and ladies, they choose each other, this is not happy. What is the reason?
Repeat the ultimate part.
When the mother
make arrangement,
they are more good, stay together, nicely understand. But now the young generation, they not allowed to father, mother.
Okay, I now understand.
They are choosing himself, then who is suffering? What is the reason?
This is a very nice question, if I understood. The point that sociologists and philosophers that see the society summarize this society in one word: individuality. Like the social media, like Instagram and Facebook, these become the people's more individually. Why I want to be individually? Because I want to do what I do. I want to do what my mind wants. Don't have more self-realization compromise. When in a society where the spiritual life, the religiosity is prominent, the nucleus, the collective of peoples predominant. But if I'm in collective peoples and I want broken principles in a society, I cannot stay, because the whole society will criticize me, will chastise me, because I need to be an individual, alone. And this is one of the main characteristics of the society. Yes, the individuality. I am individuality because I can do what my mind do. The father and mother know very, very lot the kid. Yes. Know the nature, the characteristics, and the mother love the children. They want the best for the children. When they make an arrangement, they make an arrangement to a large marriage for the real happiness to the kid. They know another kid, and they know another family. Yes, have more knowledge and involvement in this. But when we make arrangement, what is the motivation? Senses enjoyment. Senses enjoyment means rajas and tamas. How can one project increase and have success if this project is based in rajas and tamas? Yes? The false ego thinking, I know the things. Yes, Devadharma is a very smart guy, but false ego says, I'm more intelligent than Devadharma. This is the product of the false ego. Generally, we are more stupid than we think. Yes, but the false ego increasing. Oh, I'm very intelligent. I'm very capable. This is very, very dangerous to act in this material world, based in false egos, based in rajas and tamas, because the falling love generally is body attraction. Yes, this is not conception that the mother and father make arrangement. Yes, the mother and father thinking the nature of another girl, the family that she came, and many others concepts more deeply, more structured. Okay, but remember, in nowadays, even marriage arrangement can be unsuccessful, can be wrong, because the condition of the peoples in nowadays is very difficult because of the advancement of Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means religiosity, and marriage is a religious project. Yes, men and women protect themselves with vision of self-realization. But today, marriage life means free prostitution. Is yes, you don't need pay to make sex. Only this, and you have sex very easy. Yes, yeah. But with time you stay. I don't know the word in English. You stay tired with this, and the mind want another relation.